Hey all, JV here from Info Hut with today's video on the iPhone settings that you should be turning off as they're not giving you any type of use whatsoever, and most likely they're just chewing your battery and actually tracking you in the background. So let's get started. So the first thing is, what you need to do is go to your settings, and then from settings go to privacy. And then from privacy, go to locations and services, or location services. And then there'll be an option here with, I think it's at the bottom, system services. So system services will be stuff where you'll have all these unnecessary types of apps that are tracking you, giving you alerts, stuff like that, and they really don't need to be on. The only two that I leave on is Find My iPhone in case I lose my iPhone, and Emergency Calls and SOS. They're the only two that you need to have on. The rest you can turn off. Trust me when I say they are totally useless. Apple just use it to pretty much target and track people for advertising and perfecting their services. Okay, the second one is background app refresh. Now, sometimes apps constantly keep pinging or sending types of data back to the servers where really you don't need to have them active. So go to general, go to background app refresh. When I say general, it's from settings, general, background app refresh. And then you'll see that I've got everything turned off, turn everything off, and you'll see that your apps still perform the way they should, and you won't have any issues with the way the apps are performing. Now, the next one is limit ad tracking. So we go back to settings, and from settings, what we need to do is go to privacy again. And from privacy, we go to analytics. And then from analytics, we turn off share iPhone analytics. Once again, this is just stuff for Apple. This has got nothing to do with you, and Apple will be, how should I say, in a good way, obtaining data and stuff like that in the background to try and perfect their business model. They're good enough as it is, so let's not worry about that. Okay, now the next one is change push to fetch. Now, changing push to fetch is when you've got mail and certain apps in the background where if you get a message or anything like that, you get it in the exact second. This is what push notifications are. Now, in my opinion, I think they're a bit of a waste, and there's nothing that really needs to be done, because at the end of the day, if you want to see what's happening within an app or you want to check your email, you just open it anyway. So it's kind of not important for me, but be aware that if you're wanting those instant notifications, you probably might not want to turn this off. So to go from go from push to fetch, what you need to do is go to settings, and then you go to password and accounts. We go to fetch new data, and we change it from push to fetch. So we turn push off, and then we make things fetch. Now, if you want to have a schedule to when to fetch stuff like your mail and certain types of mail type apps, you can change it to every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes. For me, every 30 minutes is fine, as I don't really rely on email too much. And that leads us to the next and last one, which is significant locations with iCloud. Now, this is actually a pretty scary one, where if you have this on and you go into this, you'll see that you can see all locations you've gone to in the past, and it's really buried deep within Apple. So what we need to do is we go to settings, we go to privacy once again, and then from privacy we go to location services, and then from location services we scroll to the bottom and there's system services. Okay, and if you scroll down to the bottom of system services, you'll see significant locations. Now, by default, this is on, and to turn this off, you obviously go to that and slide it to make it grayed out. Now, what is amazing about this is that 99% of people have this on, and if you go to the bottom, you'll see all the locations you've been. So if you're not happy with that, you just go clear history, and then it'll be able to clear the history of those locations. Now, Apple obviously use this for data collation to try to perfect stuff like targeted ads and more of a money making type thing. So they can know more about you. The more they know about you, the more they can target products towards you. It's a simple formula, so it's nothing beneficial to you, and in my opinion, to you know 99% of iPhone users out there. So they're the essential settings to turn off with Apple. Now, please please subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to show you how to tighten up your security with your iPhone. So it is essentially what we call hardened. So once again, please please subscribe. Thanks again. Bye.